You guys don't mind if I eat while I do this?
So welcome to our new coach chat tonight. And tonight we're going to talk primarily about how to set up your challenge groups. I also want to talk about success starters just to make sure everybody knows what that is. And success starters is how you can earn your free ticket to Summit. So if you are a coach in the first 3 months of your business, Noelle, that would be you, right?
Yeah.
So you have the opportunity to win your free ticket. So you're 1 month in, right?
Yes.
So you're 1 month in, and I think you're the only one on the call that would be applicable for. So make sure as you're earning Success Club that you check in your online office to make sure that it shows you as having qualified for Success Club, because you have to have your 90 PV of Home Direct product. So that's usually going to be Shakeology. You also need to make sure you have your Team Beachbody profile set up. So it'll give you a checklist of things to check to make sure that you're qualified for Success Club.
Okay.
Okay? Who just joined us on the phone?
Hi, Jenny Johns.
Hi there.
Hi there. Sorry, I'm just getting back from the grocery store, so I'll be on the computer in a second.
Okay. So that's really all I want to talk about with the success starters, because Noelle's the only one that applies to you right now. Let's talk about challenge groups. So tell me, who has already set up their first challenge group?
I have.
Maria has, Noelle has, Casey has. Jenny, have you set up your first challenge group?
No, unfortunately, I haven't. I will.
Okay. So there's the logistics of setting up a group, which is, Facebook 101. I don't really want to go through that if I don't have to, because you can definitely find that information elsewhere. What I really want to talk about is kind of the mentality about setting up a challenge group, because this came up in our group thread about, well, what if I get all these people in the group, but nobody wants to get Shakeology or do the workout? And that really speaks to, how are you setting the group up in the first place? So I recommend that in your post, you make sure, so what I typically do, and there's kind of different ways to think about it. If you are doing a challenge group, a challenge pack challenge group, which I was at a Super Saturday yesterday, and the number 8 coach in the company right now, she says, from day one, I have always required a challenge pack in my challenge groups. It's just non-negotiable. I have done that too. I've gotten a little lax in that, just because I have found that sometimes when I put somebody in a challenge group that is only doing the workout program, that sometimes they'll go ahead and go on Shakeology just because they see other people doing it, they learn more about it. And so I've had a lot of people that have actually done that. So my viewpoint on requiring a challenge pack to get into the group has shifted a little bit. Who joined us on the call? 718 area code.
Hi. Hello?
Who is this?
Hi, it's Anitra. How are you?
Oh, hi, Anitra. Good. So I wanted to talk about that. So when you're setting up your challenge group, a lot of times your post, if you look at my post, they say something to the effect of, looking for, 10 women that are, want to get healthy and fit in 21 days, and then I will always say something specifically to doing a specific workout program at home, 30 minutes a day, following a set nutrition plan, and drinking Shakeology. So if you're setting things up that way, now I may not always mention Shakeology. I may just say following a 30-minute a day workout routine and following a portion-controlled eating plan.
Hey, Deb.
Yeah.
Do you always have the nutrition plan set up for them, or do you just have them follow a nutrition plan?
If they're doing the 21-day fix, they follow the 21-day fix nutrition plan. I'm not a nutritionist, so I don't provide nutrition plans. In the Clean Eating Challenge, I use the nutrition plan that Chalene Johnson created for TurboFire. And in the 21 Day Fix challenges, I have my own meal plan that I created for somebody that's doing the same categories as me. And I can show that as an example of here's what my meal plan would look like. And then I also have some other categories that other people have put together, so I can show them samples of that. In the 21 Day Fix, you can't supply a set meal plan because everyone's not on the same category of calories. And, you know, number two, that's the great thing about the 21 Day Fix is you don't have to eat a certain food. I mean, you can make it be what you like. So going back to that, so somebody asked that question yesterday, and also in our Super Saturday, somebody asked that question. They said, well, you know, I'm getting all these people that want to join my challenge, but they don't want to do Shakeology or do a workout program. And I'm like, well, how are you setting your challenge up? You know, now, I won't lie. When I first started doing this, of course, I had that same thing where people would want to join my challenge, and then they wanted to do, you know, they were going to the gym or they were doing some other thing, or, you know, they were doing Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig, or they're using MyFitnessPal, or they had a Walmart shake. I mean, they didn't want to do any of the stuff that I was going to be coaching people on how to do. So again, it goes back to how are you setting up the expectations? Yes, Noelle?
So my first one is a lot of family members that one of them already purchased it in December, the 21 Day Fix. She has leftover Shakeology, but so she saw my results and wanted because her coach never reached out to her.
Okay,
so that's what she wants to start.
Over to you, right?
Yeah, I changed her over to me. Now, another one I have is she got it from a friend. So she wants to do it because she saw my results.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm having.
They're wanting to do the program. They just don't
right.
Want it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you? Well, one of them already has it left over.
The other one doesn't, right?
Right. So I kind of gave her a sample meal plan, and then I was telling her, if you notice, Shakeology's on there, and I drink it every day, and here's why I like it. And it's not like you can just go to the store and get a comparable protein shake, because that's not what it is.
Yeah. When people, when I do my challenges like that, and so people, you know, a lot of times I create an event. And the reason I like to start with an event is because it allows people to join the event. And they're not fully committed yet though, right? A lot of times they're going to see, you know, 21 Day Slim Down, or Get Fit for Summer, or, you know, Fall into Fitness, or Back to School Slim Down, or whatever. They're going to see this and they're going to say, oh yeah, I want to do that. Now in the event, I include the details. Like I'll say, you know, this is a 21 Day Slim Down where we're going to be following, and I'll even say in the event description, I'll say we're going to be following 21 Day Fix, which includes, you know, 30-minute a day workout program, daily nutrition based upon portion controlled eating, Shakeology 1 a day, you know, online accountability and support, coaching, workout calendar, blah, blah, blah. I'll give them all the stuff that this is what we're going to be doing. Okay? And then you'll have people that join, and when you do a personal message to them and say, hey, I'm so excited to join in my 21 Day Slim Down, you know, tell me more about your goals. And they're going to tell you about their goals. I want to lose 10 pounds, you know, I have the baby weight, whatever. You say, oh, that's great. You know, I know that, you know, this portion control eating is going to help you so much. It's going to simplify. Now, and then I'll say, are you familiar with the 21 Day Fix? And I'm saying the 21 Day Fix because that is like every challenge group I'm running anymore. It's usually the 21 Day Fix, because why not? I mean, you know, if somebody is like bound, they want to do Insanity Max 30, great. But I always start the 21 Day Fix. So I'll say, have you heard of it? And if they say, yes, I've heard of it, or what, you know, then I'll go forward into, oh, great. Well, that's what we're going to be doing. And And, you know, then you got to find out if they have it or not, right? So maybe they have it. They say, yeah, I already have it. You're like, oh, great. Well, have you tried Shakeology? And they're all either going to say, no, I never heard of it, or yeah, I've heard it's too expensive, or I've tried, whatever. I always go right into that. So with your friend Noelle, then when she said, yeah, I already have it, I was said, great. So then you're just going to need to get your Shakeology and you're good to go.
Okay.
And then she can tell you all the reasons why she doesn't want to get Shakeology, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always go into the conversation as a matter of fact. Oh, great. So we just need to get you set up on Shakeology.
Okay.
I don't go into it, question it or, do you want to get it? Or it's just, this is what you're going to do. Yes, Maria.
Hey, what is the minimum time? I know when we went to Summit, they said 2 weeks is the ideal amount of time prior to an event to actually start inviting people to it. But what is the no kidding? They have to order the product by this date in order to join your program. Because I wanted to start one on the 3rd of August, and it has to do with the fact that I only have 21 days before I actually get on a plane to get out of here. So I'm running it whether people are part of it or not. Basically,
how long does a kit take to get to a person?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I think
it's an FAQ, but it's
Yeah.
up to 7 days for shipping, unless you're like maybe overseas and it may take longer. I'm not sure, but 5 to 7 days. So you have to consider shipping. So what's the drop dead date to order for August 3rd? I would say July 27th, which is
tomorrow.
Yeah. And anyway, and what I typically do is I have people that are always kind of lagging behind. And so, really you could push it to July 29th, but I would say you need to order by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Number one, you want to get the sale price for this month. Number two, I'm doing it because I have 21 days. Tell them what your story is. I'm doing it because I've got a goal. I've got to do this. And really, if people have been following you, they might have already been thinking about it anyway. So, the decision process can happen pretty quickly. If somebody orders it on the 28th, I'm not going to tell them they can't be in my group. I'm not going to make them wait another 30 days and just join another group. I'm going to say, oh, great. We'll get you started. We're going to start out, on the eating plan. And then when you get your program, you can jump right on in.
Okay. That sounds good. I will go ahead and do that.
Let's see who else joined us. We have people with faces. There's Nadine. Okay. So, does that answer? So tell me what you're thinking about, so I have people that want to join, but they don't want to buy anything.
Basically. Well, and it's funny because yesterday at our Super Saturday, one of the ladies that was hosting it said that's how she started. She's like, I was one of those people. I already had T25 from my husband, and I was gonna just do some other shake. So she said, don't write anybody off because once they're in there, they can, see other people drinking Shakeology, and then that's why she decided to try it.
Oh yeah, and so that's what I said. If somebody wants to join my group at the end of the day and they don't have a Beachbody workout program, they don't want to do one, they love their Orange Theory and they just want to keep doing that, and they don't want to do Shakeology, I'm going to tell it to them this way. I'm going to say, oh, well, I'm really glad that you have a program that's working for you. Because I'm thinking, well, if you have something that's working for you, then why do you really want to join my program? So I'm glad, or first thing I might say is, oh, so is that working for you? Are you happy with your results? And then we're going to say yes or no, okay, whichever way they go. So assuming they say yes, then I'm going to say, oh, that's great. I'm so happy because I'm happy that they've got a program that's working for you, and say, my program, my challenge group is really designed to get people into a healthy way of life. And, we're really going to be following a structure. All my posts and all my coaching is going to be around this, these things. And since if you're not doing those things, then it's really not going to be very applicable to you. So maybe, I'll have some other challenges coming up later. Maybe that would be something, that you would be better. Or I'll say something like that. Does that make sense?
Right.
I don't have a script that I use for that, but these are the kinds of things I'll go for, because really I'm thinking to myself, why do you want to join my group? Because you don't want to do any of the stuff I'm going to be coaching people how to do. So instead of just wondering why they want to do it, I will ask, well, so tell me, you've already got something that's working for you. And my group is really going to be focused around these things. So it's not going to be very applicable. So tell me what interests you about joining my group. And maybe they'll say, I really just want some accountability. I want some motivation, something like that. In which case then you can, I'll say, oh, well, I totally understand. And, I'm always here, on my Facebook, anywhere. It's for that support and accountability. And, I do run kind of general free groups, once a month. So that would be something that, I'll be sure to let you know when that opens up. How does that sound? So I don't ever want to leave somebody hanging, right? I mean, I want help. I want to build that relationship. But at the end of the day, you're not going to do a workout program and you're not going to drink Shakeology and you got your own thing going on. Really, my group is not the place for them. It's just not.
Right.
So you want to make, you want to not downplay what you have to offer. There's free groups, what I call general groups, general admission groups, and maybe you can, find out your own word for that, general admission group, or fitness accountability group, maybe. Like next month, I'm going to be I think I'm going to do a 30-day like buns and guns or something, because I haven't done that for a while and people really like those. And I don't do them every month, because then if you do them every month, then you're just going to have people that just want to do them every month, right? And you're never going to be doing a full program. My buns and guns challenge, for instance, is designed to be a supplementary. So like I figured with size coming up that something like a buns and guns or a 6-pack abs, it might be a good thing to do on top of size, right? Because, size has got a lot of cardio and all that, but we can still do some strength, some muscle stuff. So that's my thought process. You got to always be thinking about this. How am I going to, not bastardize the group that I'm wanting to help, right, with my Beachbody products, but still, include people that, that need help in a different way. The thing with the free challenge group, like the 30 days, I always find new people. My Facebook page is public. So friends of friends can see everything I post, which I get a lot of people that way. Just, they saw my post on their friend's timeline and they're, next thing I know, they're joining my Buns and Guns event and I don't know who they are. And I can see they're friends with another friend. So then I can say, hey. So that's the way I meet a lot of people. I just, like one of the coaches I signed up this month, I think a couple of the coaches I signed up this month came from a free group. And they didn't necessarily jump out of the group and right into a paying challenge group. But months later, here they are showing up and like wanting to do a size challenge pack, wanting to sign up as a coach. And again, I didn't even remember necessarily that I met them in this free group, but I was going back and looking at her. I'm like, wow, they were in my 6-pack for summer back in May, and here they are now ready to, and they want to be a coach too. Like, okay. So we're kind of jumping all over the board here, but I want to give you a couple different ways to think about it. When you're doing a Beachbody Fitness Challenge, the reason that those are beneficial is because it's giving people a holistic package for a workout program. It's giving them a workout program, not just a 10-minute abs routine. It's giving them a workout program that's designed to give them weight loss and muscle building results. If that like size isn't really muscle building, but weight loss, fat burning, cardiovascular, whatever. It's designed to give them results. It's put together by professionals. It's not a slapped, piece together this and that. It's a workout program. That's that. Please go ahead. Yeah, mute yourself if you're. It's designed to give them those results. And then the nutrition plan. We all know nutrition is the most important thing. You can work out all day long and not get the work, and you're going to meet people like that. I have some people, a couple of ladies that come to mind. They go to the gym like for 3 hours a day. They go before work and they go after work, and they're always, like, oh my gosh, they don't ever want to join one of my fitness challenges. I don't blame them because they got to be exhausted, but they are never satisfied with their results. They're not losing weight. They're not getting the abs they want. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, stop the madness, ladies. Stop the madness. Why are you continuing to do something that's not giving you results? So, and they don't want to do Shakeology because whatever. So, going back to the challenge. So that's why you have to understand the value of a Beachbody challenge. You have to understand the value that you're bringing to the table and not be apologetic about it. And really, at the end of the day, when I have somebody that wants to join, but they don't want to buy anything, right? All the other things I've said to begin with, but also I'll say, what will I say? What was I going to say? It flew out of my head. Oh yeah. I mean, I will, like these people that, well, I go to CrossFit 3 times a week and I run 5 miles a day and I do a bar ballet on Saturdays and I do this and that. I'm like, I don't even know why you want to join my challenge group, but I will say to them, my group is really designed. And then sometimes they'll just flat out say, so if I don't buy anything, I can't join your group. I'm like, well, I say, really my group is designed to help people that need to get into a healthy way of life, get into that routine, and it sounds like you've got a great routine going. I mean, it sounds like you're really got your fit thing going on. So again, this group is not really going to be applicable to the goals that you have. You really have to understand that, because it's really easy to get defensive in your head and to be put on the defense. When somebody comes back at you and says, well, what do you mean? If I don't buy something, I can't join your group. You got to kind of take a step back and say, okay, let me think about this. Why is it that I need them to, and if they already have T25 and that's what they want to do and they want to join my 21-day fix challenge, right? Or my 21-day slim down, then I will say, great, that's awesome. We'll just need to get you hooked up on Shakeology. Or now what I will even do even better is I'll say, you can get those portion control containers, right? The portion fix, and you can do your T25 that you already have, and you can, do the meal plan with us. I mean, really, there's no reason. I mean, so if somebody already has a program, you're exactly right. This isn't just about selling something. This is about helping people be successful. What if they have Jillian Michaels Shred and they want to join your Beachbody challenge? What do? Well, we need to get you hooked up on your Shakeology. We need to get you your portion fix, whatever. I don't really have that happen very often, to tell you the truth. I don't really usually have people wanting to do my Beachbody challenge with another DVD program, but it could happen. You have to kind of figure it out. But at the end of the day, that's why we have the free challenges, so that you have someplace else to put people. So you don't have to feel like you're just wanting people to buy something from you. So I hope you took some notes about some of those things. This may not be the challenge for you because, all of the coaching I'm going to be doing is really going to be applicable and specific to, these meal plans and this fitness program. That's something you can say, especially if it's a 21-day fix challenge. You can also say that what I said about, well, it sounds like you have a routine that's really working for you. And this challenge is really designed to help people get into a routine, which is why I keep it it's very well defined as far as what workouts they're going to do each day and how they're going to eat. That's what the purpose of this challenge is for. So that's another reason why you would tell somebody this may not be the right challenge for you. But always then have another option for them. Hey, I'll be starting, next month, we're going to be running a Buns and Guns challenge. It's going to be really fun, and, it's all free, and you can do that on top of whatever else you're doing. And so now you're giving them something else, giving them value. And I think that'll make you feel better, right? Because, it's really awkward just to feel like, well, okay, if they don't want to pony up the dollars, our relationship is ending. So I never want a relationship to just end. I always want to continue it forward. And here's what happens. Here's a great example. I had a lady that had told me, I'm getting ready. I just started seeing a personal trainer. So I'm going to do that. I don't want to do your challenge. I'm like, oh, okay, well, great. I said, I'm thinking to myself, that's expensive, right? But I said, that's great. Good luck with that. And I would love to hear your results, because that sounds like so much fun. So about 6 months later, I'm going back through my list and I'm doing my follow-ups and my invites. I do it. I mean, everybody on my list is going to get invited by me to a challenge group several times a year. They're going to get a personal message from me saying, please join my challenge group. So her name came up again, about 6 months later. I'm like, I almost didn't ask because I thought, oh, she was doing a personal trainer. I don't want to, she already told me no like 6 months ago. But I thought, no. So I messaged her and I said, hey, how's it going with that personal trainer? She's like, oh, it's not going. She says, I stopped doing that. I wasn't getting results. And, so really, I'd like to know about your challenge that you're running. I'm like, okay. If I hadn't messaged her, she wouldn't have reached out to me. I mean, she may have at some time, but I was on her mind. But you know how people are. They're busy. They're like, but you reach out to them. Now she joined my challenge. So when she said that she was doing a personal trainer, I didn't say, well, great, come on into my challenge. And, because why? She's got an expert that was going to be helping her. Why would she need to join my challenge? So it goes back to, how do you set your challenge group up? If you just put out there, hey, join my 21-day slim down, and it's just that, now people are leaving it up for interpretation. And you really do I think you can lead people to believe something. They're going to believe whatever they want to about that, and you're kind of going to have to then go back and backpedal. So I really recommend, when you're setting up your challenge, get a little bit more specific. You don't necessarily have to say on your Facebook page, hey, I'm doing a 21-day slim down, we're doing the 21-day fix and drinking Shakeology. You can. I have done that before. But you can say, we're going to be, who needs a 30-minute a day workout program? Who needs a daily workout schedule? Who needs a solid nutrition with portion-controlled eating where there's no guessing? Who needs that, right? And then people are going to say, yeah, me, I want to do that. Tell me about it. And then when you're telling them about it, private messaging, and they're coming back and saying, well, I don't want to do that. That's when you have to be comfortable kind of getting it all around your head and saying, so, well, what do you want to do? And I always, so tell me what are you wanting to do? This is what we're doing in this challenge. It doesn't sound like that's what you're quite looking for. What are you looking for? Just ask them. What are you looking for? They may tell you, I'm looking for something that's free. And if you've started out with their why, again, the first question is always, hey, I'm so glad you're interested in my 21-day slim down. Love to get you in that group. Can you tell me what your fitness goals are? Why does this group interest you? Ask them that straight up as the first question, and that will solve a lot of pain. So what Carl Deichler said in his closing speech, you have to be curious. You got to be curious about others. Before you tell them anything about what you've got going on, you need to ask them what they're looking for, what their goals are. Somebody might say, well, I'm training for a half marathon, and I just can't, I don't have any trouble getting my workouts in, but I'm just really struggling on what to eat. So there's a whole lot in that stuff right there, because they're working out, right? They've half marathon training. I might ask them, well, so where are you at? How far out is that? Because if they're like 2 weeks out, there's really no room for any other stuff in there. They're going to be like running long miles. But, so find out more about what they're doing. And then with their eating plan, that's where you can really play into, well, totally understand. And, that's really what most people struggle with, is what to eat. And this is the solution that I am using and that I recommend most. And it's the 21-day fix. It's the eating portion. If they're doing it like a half marathon training, another thing that I will also recommend with the 21-day fix is, I'll say, it's a great way to get some strength training into your running, because I, as a runner, know that when your muscles are strong, you can run faster, longer, strength and endurance. So again, that first question, why are you interested in this challenge? And what are your fitness goals, is going to help you along the way. But like I said, word your challenge correct at the front, so that when you don't get into that like wasteland of, well, I want to do your challenge, but I don't want to do anything you're telling me to do. It's not just a kumbaya challenge, right? We got kumbaya challenges. We got, a clean eating, a buns and guns, but this isn't a kumbaya challenge. Questions?
How many do you usually like? Because right now I think I have 3 participants. Is that enough, or should I put them in other challenges?
I usually say 5 is kind of the rule of thumb. I mean, it really depends. What I have found in challenge groups is a lot of times maybe you're lucky if 50% of the people actively engage. And so if you think about it, if you only have 3, well, what if only one person is really doing anything? It could be a little boring for the participant, right, as well as for you. Now, if there are 3 people that like it's your mom, your sister, your best friend, and they're like ready to rock and roll, then it may be fine. I would kind of recommend putting them in with another group. Like I know like Sydney has a group of, I think, 3. So you might then team up with another coach and say, hey, let's do this together. Because it's kind of more fun, I think, when it's not fun when there's 50 people and only 2 people are participating. That's not fun either. So that's why I don't like a lot of looky-loos, in my group. And if I find that people aren't participating, then I will private message them and ask, how's it going? I'm missing you in the group. I want to make sure everything was okay. And, at the end of the day, sometimes people will just tell me, no, I thought I was going to do this, but I just, I've been sick, or, this and that happened. And I'll say, well, maybe you would like to join. Maybe this isn't a great time and we could put you in the next challenge. And they'll say, oh, that would be awesome. And then I'll take them out of the group. And the reason I do that is because as a participant, again, if you are a participant and you're all excited about this, and you join this group and you see there's 20 people and, oh, right, I'm going to have 20 friends. We're going to rock and roll. And then over the next week, you only see like 2 people posting. You're I think as a participant, I think you're kind of like, what's up with this? So that's kind of my theory.
Okay, so should I put, because they're ready to, 2 are ready to start tomorrow with the 21-day fix, because that's when my start date was. Should I just put them in with another group that's already starting? Should I post on the page and see who has one going?
You can do that. I mean, if I have people that are ready to start, then I may put them in with a group that's already started. Or I may put them, like you said, and say, well, hey guys, we're still gathering people. I know some people still have their orders outstanding. You want to start next week? Or if they're really ready to go, then I would start them. They're gung-ho about it. But still, you could still join up with another group. Like, I have started doing 4-week challenges with my 21-day fix challenge. And I use that first week as the gathering week. It's the prep week. So that way I can tell people my challenge starts on July 27th. But really, the 21-day fix part of it's going to start on August 3rd. And so as people are joining, and I need to make sure I let people know that, because, I don't want, what I have found from my own live and learn is that the people that get that product ordered right on time, they're thinking they're going to start on the 27th. And really my first week is all prep. It's like, clean out your pantry. Let's do this. Let's do that. So you always want to set expectations for your challengers. But with the 21-day fix, if you get it today and you're going to start tomorrow, you all probably know there's a lot you kind of have to go through. You need to sit down and read the book. It's only going to take you 15 minutes, but you need to be ready. And so I found that prep week kind of gives me time to get people committed, get people started really, really strong. And your 21-day fix challenge group guide in your online office has a prep week in it. So anyway, that's a long-winded answer to your question. If they're ready to start, then I would start them. I mean, because you're kind of like, it would be bad to say, oh, they're ready to start tomorrow. And it's like, oh, never mind. We're not starting for another week.
Right. So should I I see who's having one already?
Yeah, ask.
Okay. And then what is the size? What is your size group?
Actually, I know Sarah Hagen has a group that starts tomorrow.
Okay.
She already posted in our group about it.
Okay, so I'll ask her. And then when is the size group? Because I have one more that's going to order size, and then I just got size, so.
Well, we're officially starting August 3rd. I asked people if they wanted to start tomorrow, but, some people already are starting, but I'm going to keep it officially August 3rd.
Okay.
Hey, Deb.
Questions about challenge groups. Has this been helpful at all? Tell me, if you haven't started a challenge group, tell me what your struggle is. Why haven't you started one yet? What are you afraid of?
I just need to get out and do it.
That's it.
Deborah, would you say that if somebody's really not participating, do you actively go in there like several times a day or something and just try to engage with questions or something, or no?
When I used to do, or when I first started challenge groups, I found that it was almost like draining me because I didn't have a system. And you'll hear coaches talk about systems over and over and over. And I was running 2 challenge groups a month. And, again, you have people that aren't participating, you have this and that. So I would recommend that you have a time that you go into your challenge group each day. Maybe it's in the morning, maybe it's in the evening, maybe it's both. Maybe in the morning before work, you want to make sure you have a post that gets them set up for the day. And then maybe in the evening before you go to bed, you want to check in and look at their comments, questions, like their pictures, say, "Atta girl, great job, so proud of you," and do that, or maybe even, give them some, closing thoughts, "Hey, I know it was a really tough workout today. What did you think about that? Leg series and lower fixed extreme." So something like that. I really find that for my morning posts, I really like to have a system. So you might want to start out with using the Coach Online Office Challenge Group Guide. In your online office, in your marketing materials section, every single program has its own program-specific challenge group guide, and there's also a generic one if you have people doing multiple different programs. What I have found is I will start out using those guides, and then over time I will make them my own. So I save it onto my desktop as a Word document, and inevitably things come. Like I may see a really great Shakeology recipe, or I may see a post that somebody else did, or a motivational thing that I really like, and I'll put that in my challenge group. What I do now is if I really, really like that one and I think, I want to use that one every time, I'll also add it to my document so that the next time I run this challenge group, that post is there. Because there are so many brilliant posts, I forgot what they were. It's like when I first started doing challenge groups, it's like, I was trying to make every post new and different. And that is a hard work. So when you get good stuff, you want to get it into a document. And then when that starts to feel kind of old, like, I've run a lot of challenge groups. I have a lot of repeat challengers. Then maybe I start trying to do some, different ones so that I've got different, systems to rotate. But a system is, you've got to start out doing that right now. Take the base, take the one that's been developed for you in your Coach Online Office, and let that be your foundation. If there's a post in there that you just don't like, I don't get this one, I'm not feeling it. Take it out, put your own post in, save it. Now that's your new template. If you're in my groups, you can take a post. If you like my post, take my post, add it to your template. Really all this stuff is turnkey. It's turnkey. You could start a challenge group tomorrow. All the content has been developed. And as far as your challenge group inviting, we have a script in our Google Docs that goes through the whole process of, here's what you might post on your wall, here's how you respond to somebody, here's what you say when they're ready to enroll. Oh, there's 2 ways to enroll. The first way is kind of a no-brainer. The first way is, you get 25% discount on your stuff, and the second way is this, choose that one. It's a no-brainer, right? Get the challenge with the coach. And that's all been created, so you don't even have to figure out what to say. Somebody please mute yourself if you're making all that noise. I hear lots of something's coming on the computer. Okay, there we go. I know, it's like when you're typing, I can hear you typing because your microphone's right next to the keyboard. So what was I don't know what I was saying. So anyway, systems, they're super important. What other questions? Do you guys feel like, does that make challenge groups a little, are you ready? Did I answer some questions?
Hey Deb, it's Maria. Yeah, you definitely answered a lot of questions. My question I have right now is about people who may already have Shakeology, which I guess that means they already have their own coach.
Yep.
Do you request that they transition to you, or do you allow them to come into the challenge group just for accountability because their coach isn't doing anything?
I typically don't allow other people's coaches in my groups. There are some exceptions. What I tell these
You mean the customers, Deb?
Yeah. Sorry. What I tell them is it's coach etiquette. So if they tell me that, they already have Shakeology, I'll say, oh, so are you working with a coach already? And they may say yes, in which case I'll say, oh, great. I'm so glad you're getting support from somebody. They're probably running a challenge group similar to this one. Have you checked with them? And they may say, oh, no, I'll do that. Or they may say, yeah, she doesn't mind if I do other people's challenge groups, in which case I'm like, well, of course she doesn't. She gets to get the commission. Somebody else gets to do the work. Oh, she's all good with that. Or they may say, no, I don't have a coach. And I'll say, oh, well, then, if you have an account, actually you were assigned a coach, But if you're not working with somebody, I would be happy to, you know, tell you how we can work together, and then I'll help them get switched over. You know, the people that say, you know, I really struggle with the ones that are like, oh yeah, I have a coach. I love my coach. I really want to do your group. I'm just like, So you know, I will usually push them back to their coach if at all possible. If they absolutely say, you know, you know, she's not running a 21-day fix group right now, and I really would love to do your group, then sometimes I'll say, okay. Just because I try to think, what would Carl Deichler do? What would Carl want me to do? He wants us to help people, right? And but typically in a challenge group like that, I do require them to be my customer. In a free group, like a Buns and Guns, I don't. You know, it's like, oh, you got a coach? Okay, great. Yes.
I moved to that. I had a cousin that was like, well, I already have Shakeology, and I moved her over to me right away because I'm like, well, where did you get a coach? And she said, well, yeah, but she hasn't really reached out to me since I bought it. She just bought it kind of online.
Yeah.
So I moved her to me like immediately. I'm like, well, here's how we're going to move you over to me. That way, if she does start home direct again, it'll go to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like in my 5-day clean eating challenge, one of the things I asked them to do is sign up for a free account with me. If somebody already has a free account with somebody else, then I just say that's fine. They just don't get points in my challenge for that activity, right? So I don't withhold the information from them, but I do make it, you know, it's totally fine. You know, it's your challenge group. You're running this for your customers. If other people want to do it, that's great. You know, you can set the rules. But yeah, when I do a free group, I try to make it just be, you know, let people be in it. But again, you really do want to get people to sign up for a free account. And especially, let's just touch on this. If you're offering samples of Shakeology, you always need to ask them to sign up for a free account with you first. Any questions as to why that would be? Or is it obvious?
Because then if they actually go and want to order, then you're already their coach.
Right. So if somebody doesn't want to do that, why do you think they don't want to do that? Do you want to give somebody a sample of
have their own.
Yeah, do you want to give someone a sample of Shakeology if they don't want to sign up for a free account? Why would you want to do that? You know, if they don't want to take the effort to sign up for a free account, they're probably not really seriously interested about buying Shakeology. And, you know, we're not a not-for-profit. Shakeology does cost us money, right? You know, and so that's why, you know, I've also got some verbiage in the Google Docs about sampling Shakeology. And, you know, some of it's kind of hardcore, like, you know, if you're not serious about doing this, don't ask for a sample. That's from Tommy Migrant, I think. I kind of like to go a little bit softer and just, but really say, you know, please, you know, if I'm doing on my page, you know, samples of Shakeology, I will say, you know, if you're serious about wanting to try this and, you know, add some incredible nutrition to your life, please comment below. And then I will take it to a private message and say, I'm so glad you want to try Shakeology. You know, do you have a free Team Beachbody account yet? Or no, usually what I'll say is all we need to do is get you set up with a free Team Beachbody account, and that will allow me to send the sample out to you for free. And they'll either say, and then they'll say, I already have an account, in which case, do you have a coach that you're working with? Oh, that's great. Well, she probably has samples too.
Or one sample?
Yeah, typically. You know, if it's somebody that I'm really, really working with, and you know, I will make an exception, but typically it's one free sample per person. And if there's somebody that like kind of wants to try all the flavors, I'll say, oh, we have this awesome sampler kit. You know, you could try all the flavors in one fell swoop. Shall I send you the link for that?
What if you have somebody that wants to do the challenge group but is worried about Shakeology, like whether or not it's gonna upset their stomach? Or
well, I would find out what they're worried about. I would reiterate that there's a free 30-day money-back guarantee. Not free. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Try it. If you don't like it, if it bothers your stomach, you send it back. You get your money back. Also, you know, people can use half scoops If they do find that it upsets their stomach, some people it does. I mean, it's a lot of good nutrition. You know, if your stomach's not used to stuff like that, it could upset you. So half a scoop is something you can recommend. But if they're afraid up front, I would just tell them there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. If you don't like it, then you'll just send it back. I mean, if that's their only concern, that should be sufficient.
Yeah, because my mother-in-law is concerned it's going to bother. Because she has like she hasn't had good experience with some of the ingredients and other shakes. And I was trying to, not Shakeology, but other like protein drinks.
Oh,
so
this isn't like other protein shakes, so that's no problem.
Lactose, is that still, I think I asked that on.
Well, again, in FAQs, there's all kinds of stuff about Shakeology. Any question you would have about it, just go to FAQs or even Google it and you'll find it. But to answer your question, vegan Shakeology is dairy-free. Whey Shakeology, the regular, has lactase, which is really, for most people that are lactose intolerant, it's something that helps offset the impact of a lactose intolerance. Lactase, you can Google that. I did, because I didn't even know what that was. It's a thing, for real. So, you know, but if somebody's totally lactose intolerant, I would really recommend they start with
the vegan. Okay.
Yeah, my biggest problem so far has been Arbonne. I've got like 3 people that a couple of them actually bought the 21-day fix but didn't want to do the challenge pack because they already have their stupid Arbonne shake. And I've been trying to find more and more information about it, and I just I can't find a good comparison.
Well, I would Google ingredients, nutritional ingredients. You know, a lot of times it's hard to find ingredients. You might find like the nutritional label that has, you know, the carbs, the fats, but to find the actual ingredients, and that's one thing I'll say is, you know, gosh, I would really like to know more about Arbonne. You have could you take a picture of the label and send it to me? Because I would love to, I can't find it online anywhere. So get curious with your customer. Ask them, say, I would love to know more about that because it sounds like you really like it. You know, I can't find the ingredients online. Could you take a picture of it and send it to me?
Okay.
And then you can compare. I mean, Arbonne, I think I've looked at Arbonne before. I don't remember that they're terrible, that it's an awful shake. You know, again, a lot of times with the shake, they're either going to have sugar and artificial stuff in it, but more often than not, I find that what the real issue is what's lacking in it. You know, what's lacking. You know, okay. So it's really more about, and I'll say, you know, it looks like it's a fine, you know, protein shake, you know, with Shakeology, you know, you're just getting so much more. You're getting, you know, vitamins and minerals, and, you know, this one doesn't have any, and you're getting, you know, fiber, and this protein shake doesn't have any, and you're getting this and that, and, you know, so, you know, that's really what the big difference is, you know, because Shakeology is not a protein shake. When anytime somebody says to me, well, I'm using this protein shake, I say, oh, well, see, Shakeology is not a protein shake. So let me tell you why. And, you know, I would send them a video. You know, if you are at that point with somebody where you really feel like you need to spill it all about Shakeology, I would send them a video. Don't try to explain adaptogens, antioxidants, whatever that PVAP thing was that Raina was saying. Don't try to explain it. Just say, hey, let me send you a quick video. And, you know, our Shakeology is clinically proven. So that video is on YouTube. I think it's in your online office, but it's clinically proven by the Journal of Chiropractic Medicine. Yeah. And that's a big deal because that means an independent third party has verified these particular components about that it does reduce blood sugars, that it does help improve testosterone in men, that it does reduce cravings. It's been clinically proven. So that's a pretty big deal. It's not just us saying it. It's a third-party, independent, highly respected laboratory doing that work. So as far as Arbonne goes, you know, I kind of think, a skincare company creating a shake. Okay. You know, we have Derm Exclusive. You know, it's just kind of a little thing we picked up on the side. You know, I don't market it a lot, but, you know.
We have it.
We have it. I mean, I like it. I use it every day, but, you know, I'm not out there trying to compare it to Nerium or whatever. I just, you know, I don't even know how it compares. It's just not my thing. I use it. I love it. I'll tell somebody I love it, but we're a health and nutrition company. So I'm going to talk about that. You know,
yeah. One of them is on the 28-day detox. And she's been doing it for about a week and a half now and has lost 9 pounds, but it's like she's not adding in any exercise and she's not enjoying the stuff that she's drinking. She's like, yeah, this one tastes like crap, so I have to wash it down with this one. And I'm like, I just want to shake you. Like,
yeah. Well, people, they'll
look
come
at what
back.
I'm doing.
People
So
like
that's right.
that, well, they'll come back. They'll come back to you. I mean, you just have to keep repeating that with our programs. You get to eat real food. You get to lead a fairly normal life. I mean, are you going to get to keep eating Twinkies and Doritos and ding dongs and hot dogs and pizza and double cheeseburgers every day? No, you're not going to get to keep doing that. But can you have some of that stuff every once in a while? Can you, still, go out to dinner with your family? Can you eat food? Yes. This is a way of life. This is not, can you live on a 21-day detox thing forever? No.
Right.
21-day ultimate reset that we have. Some people can kind of live on that. I wouldn't personally. That would not be my cup of tea. But again, it's still you're eating real food. I mean, it's real food. It's not just pills and potions. And that's the thing about Shakeology too. It's real food. I mean, I have people that say, "Oh, I want to lose weight and I want to do it on my own. I don't want to have to rely on drinking stuff." And well, how's that working for you? Number one, and number two, Shakeology is not made with isolates. And if you don't know what that is, Google it, because I didn't know what that was. I didn't understand, well, how can Shakeology be, what does that mean that it's made with whole food when it's a powder? It's like, it's not like, I don't open it up and see bananas and,
Wait, what was the word again?
Isolates, ISOLATE. But it is made, so Google that, because I still don't even know how to explain it. But that's what you can say to people, is it is made with whole food. A lot of other shakes are made with isolates. That means they pull out these things from the food and they put them in. Instead, we put the whole food in. So, and it may be not in like hydrogenated form or whatever, hydrated form. It still has to be made into a form that we can put it all together, but they're not taking things out of the food, they're putting the whole food in. That, I believe, is what isolates means. Look it up. And that's another thing, again, curious. And that's, you've got to be curious about what you're offering. And you don't have to be the expert on it. But over time, I have learned words and I've learned different things that are important about these products. When I first started drinking Shakeology, I drank Shakeology because I believed in Beachbody and I believed when they said it's dense nutrition and your body needs this and it's not getting it. I knew mine wasn't in my regular diet, and this is going to help you get what you need. I'm like, okay, I'm in. And then as I started drinking it more and I started understanding, okay, ingredients, natural, no artificial sugars. I didn't even know what that meant. What's the difference between sucralose and, glucose and all these others? What's the difference? Why, so now I know more about sugars and I know how there's 57 different names for sugar and it's still sugar. It's still sugar. So when you look at that Arbonne label, you can quickly scan and say, oh gosh, there's 7 kinds of sugar in here. I looked at, no lie, I don't know that that's true. I looked at Isogenics. I was at the CrossFit place with my son and they sold Isogenics there. A lot of, hardcore CrossFit type places do. And they had this it was like a quick meal replacement thing, a packet, and it was on the table. Like you could just buy these packets. And so I pick up and I read it. There was 7 kinds of sugar in that packet. 7. So, and again, it's not, I don't then when somebody tells me they're drinking Isogenics, I'm not like Tony Horton and say, oh, you like sugar, da, 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 da. I say, oh, wow. Yeah, I hear a lot of people are drinking Isogenics and, I think that they have some good products. My concern with that shake is, it has 7 different types of sugar in it. And, Shakeology doesn't have any artificial sugars. It's, like the sugars that are in it are, gosh, I'm trying to think. It's on the tip of my tongue. What are they? Quiz. I can't think of it. You can Google that too. FAQ it. FAQ, sugar in Shakeology. Do it. Tell me what you find out. That's your homework. That's seriously. You find stuff in our FAQ, in our Coach Online office. you'll find answers to questions you didn't even know you had. You Google sugar and Shakeology, and it'll give you all these other topics. Like, oh, I want to know about that. Oh, I want to know about that. And now you're gonna like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was a question. But that's why, I don't ever downplay somebody's shake. I don't ever say, oh, that sucks. You just like, that's just crazy. Herbalife. I have a lot of people, I don't have it so much anymore, but I know enough from customers that have switched to me from Herbalife that typically when somebody's on Herbalife, they're doing a lot of other things. They're taking pills and potions and a lot of additional add-ins. They're not just drinking a shake. So a lot of times they're going to compare their shake to Shakeology. Well, their shake's cheaper, it has less calories, whatever. But they're not just taking the shake. They're having to take a handful of additional supplements. They're having to put flavored stuff in it to make it chocolatey, and they're going to have to do this and that. One of my friends, she's a coach now, she's like, I don't want to take a handful of pills every day for the rest of my life. So again, be curious about products. If you find somebody that's drinking Herbalife or you're doing Isogenics or doing Arbonne, ask them, what do you love about it? Tell me more about that. I'm really curious because I come up against this a lot, and I would really like to know, what you like about it so much. Be curious.
I personally took the Herbalife years ago for probably a month. By the time I was on it for like 31, 32 days, I could not even stomach looking at the 12 pills that I had to put down my throat. It was horrible.
Yeah. Well, and so, yeah, I mean, and Katrina just said Body by Vi has a lot of sugars. You're damn straight it does. I mean, there's a lot of shake. I mean, like, I think Isogenics has a shake, not this particular, like, meal thingy that I saw, but I think they have a shake that's pretty good. I think Arbonne, I don't think it has a lot of bad stuff in it. Again, it's more lacking in what it doesn't have. But, yeah, Body by Vi is junk. It's just junk. Sorry. You're not drinking anymore, so I can tell you to it like it is. I wouldn't tell somebody that's drinking Body by Vi that. I mean, you don't want to be mean. There's no point. And be classy. Always be classy. Always be classy.
So for everybody in here, how exactly do you handle people who come back with Shakeology is too expensive? That, hey, I'm on a budget, it just doesn't fit in. I know that there's a 30-day back guarantee for if you try it and you don't like it, but you want to try to have those customers who want to get it long term. So how do you handle the negative response there?
How did you handle it when you decided to go on it?
I didn't have an issue with the finances, so I wasn't too worried about that part.
Well,
my response now is I was eating fast food 3-4 times a week. That was my that was just my problem. I would eat a lot of fast food. So the amount I've saved in fast food alone has paid for my shake. So I kind of just find out what their problem is, why.
Yeah.
How it saved me is the fast food. Well, some people, I've seen the comparisons too with the Starbucks. Well, I know personally people that do that, so I don't need coffee anymore. I like to drink coffee still.
Yeah, I think, one of the things is just to kind of ask him, well, so how much do you typically spend a day on lunch? Find out, what do you typically do for lunch? Do you go out, whatever? Ask them some questions, ask them, well, what do you think $4 a meal for, a complete healthy meal? Does that strike you as, is that outside of your budget? You might ask them that. I always like to break Shakeology down into a per meal price because number one, it is a meal. And I think a lot of times people think about it as an addition to their budget. I like to point out that this is actually an instead of. So, it's an instead of, especially for people that are losing weight. For myself, I will drink my Shakeology and I will also have my boiled egg and my turkey bacon. I'll have, but for people losing weight, which is most of the people that I'm talking to, it's an instead of. So you're going to drink it instead of whatever it is you're spending money on for breakfast or instead of what you're spending money on for lunch. And then you're going to have the people that come back and say, well, I only spend, $20 a week on groceries. And then I'm kind of at a standstill. I'm like, well, and so, sometimes there are people that just flat out can't afford it, I think. But go ahead.
I had another thing that I broke down because I put it on my wall. If anybody, I think all of you are friends with me, but you can see it. I broke it down, and not only was I saving $4.94 a day by switching to Shakeology for breakfast instead of my Sonic Dr. Pepper and sandwich, I also immediately saved 1,000 calories a day. And then I just, for the second month, I had my boyfriend just do Shakeology only as the change, and he dropped almost 13 pounds in 30 days, switching from his Dunkin' Donuts caramelized coffee to regular Starbucks cold coffee in a jug with a little bit of almond milk and the vanilla Shakeology. So you guys do that too.
The answer to that question, Maria, it really depends on the person, you know. So, you know, have they told you in their why, like when you said, why do you want to do this? Have they mentioned their health? You know, cholesterol, diabetes, whatever. I mean, what's the price on that? You know, I mean, meds, you know, to not be on meds anymore, to not have to go on meds. I mean, at the end of the day, not everybody is going, there's not some, no matter what you say, there are going to be people that just don't believe they can afford it, or they don't want to afford it, right? At the end of the day, that's always going to be the case. But I have definitely been successful, and I just try to help people think about it in a different way. And sometimes I'll even tell them that. I'll say, you know, well, I hear that a lot, and maybe if you're like, you know, Jennifer or Noelle, maybe you could say, or Katrina, because you didn't do Shakeology immediately. You know, maybe you can say, well, you know, I felt that way when I started as well. And actually, I didn't start off my program with Shakeology because I was concerned with the price. And, you know, but then I found, once I decided, you know, I saw the other people in my challenge group having results. And I found that once I started using it, that I was actually saving money every week. And that not only was I saving money, but my weight loss really picked up and I felt better. And, you know, to me, there's just no price for that. I mean, I would, you know, I would do without, you know, my, you know, Netflix subscription versus give up my Shakeology. I know Netflix is only like $7.99 a month, bad example, but you know what I'm saying? So your own experience is very valuable. And Maria, you may have that too. You may say, well, you know, I hear that a lot and I know that's a really valid concern, but this is what I found with my using Shakeology. This is my experience, and this is why I believe that it's something I would never want to be without. So you just kind of have to, again, you have to be curious enough to ask these questions and kind of get your repertoire of possibilities, you know, possible answers. And again, I'm always trying to get people to think about it a different way. Well, have you thought about it this way, you know? So like, I mean, Jen, I mean, a lot of, like, I'll meet people that like, well, they swear up and down. They don't go out to eat, you know, well, I just eat a banana for breakfast. And, you know, I have, you know, I'm just like, you know, some people, there's just nothing. But for you would have been a total obvious. Well, yeah, I go to Sonic every morning on my way to work. I was like, oh my gosh, well, I could save you lots of money and help you lose lots of weight. So, okay, we're at an hour on our call, so I'm gonna have to let you guys go, but I hope this was helpful. This is what I want our new coach chats to be, a chat, you know, it needs to be where you can ask questions and, you know, not just me teaching you. I mean, I didn't come with anything prepared. It was like, we're just gonna talk about this. So, is there any final gut-burning questions before we say goodnight? Yay! Blow up this week. We have 1 week, well, 6 days left to absolutely have a kick-ass month. And then we're going into the Team Cup Challenge, and we're going to have an even more kick-ass month. So, I don't normally say that word, but I'm saying it. It's the only word that applies right now. Okay? Talk to you guys later. Oh, and I said that I was being recorded, too. Oops, sorry. Jen, were you there? Let me end the meeting. Were you there when Sydney played her music for our